Hi everyone, welcome back to the Vintage Card Voyage. I am Mark and this is Ken. So today we are going back to our continuing series on ranking complete sets, favorite sets of ours, vintage sets of ours. So my choice is for the 1975 Topps mini set, which is one that I actually came across recently at a card show in the last few months, and maybe a little longer than that. Anyhow, 1975 Topps has always been a favorite of mine personally, and didn't ever really get the opportunity to have too many minis because I know that it was in limited states, I believe. And I know you mentioned Michigan, so I know you grew up there, obviously.
This was the first set that I collected as a kid. I'm a little older than you, so I don't think you were collecting yet. Right?
I wasn't.
Yeah.
So so it's always been a favorite of mine because it's just it's so quintessentially the 70s, and I've always wanted to collect the regular one, but then when I came across a dealer who happened to have this one, I was like, oh, I definitely need to get this. So we have, like Ken had established earlier with his 1953 Bowman overview, there's 6 criteria basically to this. Collectability, value, Hall of Fame cards, rookie cards, and design and fun. And so the first one I'll go through is collectability, and I think this is where it honestly scores is probably the lowest number, I think, because it's just not that as available as like the regular set, the 75 Topps set, and
the minis are harder to find. So
I think so.
That makes collecting the mini set much harder, I think.
Right.
And it's also a very big set too.
Yeah, it's 660 cards.
Yeah.
So that's obviously, with the Bowman it was like 153 or something, and so that's like 4x at least, a little more than 4x. So I did a search on eBay. I mean, when you do a regular like 1975 Topps mini complete set, there was like 10,000 things came up. But then like when I actually put like parentheses around it and did that search for it came up with like 5.
Yeah.
So there's like very few opportunities to do this, I think. So I mean, I gave it a 5. I think there is still enough out there that it could be found, and you could obviously then or slowly put it together or whatever. I mean, it's hard for me to rank that, honestly. I don't know what you think.
I mean, I would say it's pretty low.
Okay, you think like
I would
3
go
or something?
lower. I would say maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to get a high quality set. Like your set looks very high quality, and like it's been in this binder for years.
Yeah, right.
If you don't care as much about quality, I think you can probably do it just by piecing, and it's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the dealer, I think he got it probably from another collection he had purchased, and so it just was like living like this, whatever. He did mention that both the Brett and the Yount have I saw that there were some issues with them, which is expected, it happens. But so again, I'll give it a 5, maybe leaning toward a 4. Value-wise, you can find this set for, I think there's right now one for like $800 on eBay. I got it for less than that. I was very fortunate with the price that I got for it, but I'd give it about an 8 as far as value goes, because again, I think it is affordable for like your average collector maybe, who can just set aside money for a little while and pick it up. So.
Yeah, I would grade it higher.
Really? Okay.
I would say on value it's a 9 because, and you'll get to this later, has several Hall of Fame rookie cards.
Right.
Just the fact that they have minis and regular size differentiates it from other sets.
Right.
And I know some people will define this as the last vintage set. They don't even go to 80, they'll say late 70s, and some people define this. So I think it's kind of like a very memorable set.
Yeah.
And we'll get to
for multiple reasons
later. Yeah. But so from a value standpoint, I'm surprised it's $800. I mean, I think that's a deal. So I'd say 9.
I saw that there were like 20 or so people watching that. Yeah. Like they hadn't picked it up yet or pulled the trigger or whatever. So again, I think 8 seemed right to me. So as far as Hall of Famers go, I looked up on Trading Card Database. There are, I think it came up with like 84, but that includes like the MVP, like kind of subset within there, and like the leaders and the record breakers, because all the I think like 5 of the record breakers, or the highlights, I should say, from the last year, 6 of them of the 7 are like Hall of Famers, I think. So in fact, there are 47 total Hall of Famers, I believe, and this is like K-Line's last year, I think Bob Gibson's last card, I believe.
I think so.
And it's not Aaron's it's Aaron's last regular card. I think he has like a 76 card of like his, breaking the records or whatever, like kind of a commemorative kind of card or whatever. So, and so again, the Hall of Famers, obviously, there's like the Brett rookie and the Yount and the Carter and the Rice, and so there's just a lot of firepower in that respect. I gave it also an 8. I mean, maybe I'm being hard on it, but it feels like 47 true cards of 660 is like less than 10%. So I don't know. I mean, maybe
I think that's a pretty good number though.
Yeah.
And because you have some older players retiring and newer players coming in, new Hall of Famers.
Right, tail end of career for some.
Yeah, I mean it's Carter's first, Brett's first, Rice's first,
Yount's
first. So 47 is probably a pretty high number. So I think that's a good 8 is a good rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then we obviously touched on rookies. I'm giving this a 10 for rookies, just because of the, like they said, the 4 different Hall of Fame rookies, and then you also have Fred Lynn and Keith Hernandez. I know there are probably some others I'm forgetting, but those are kind of the like 6 people that I'm thinking about as far as like rookie firepower for this.
Yeah,
so.
It's a very good rookie class, I think. Yeah.
So that's why I gave it a 10.
Maybe the best rookie class in the 70s.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. What do you think as far as grading?
I mean, I would grade it very high too.
Okay.
9 or 10, because there's a lot of Hall of Fame rookie cards, and I mean, if you think about like if you're gonna collect one set in the 70s, I don't know if anyone does that.
Right.
This would be the set I think you would collect.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another that I can even compare to that. And the 78 one is pretty good as far as like Murray, Trammell, Morris, and then like.
Is Ozzy in that, or is he 79?
No, he's 79. So that's kind of the closest, closer ones, I guess. There are a few others, obviously, a few, but okay. So anyways, 10 on that. Design. I mean, so this is like this is a very personal choice as far as that goes. It's very just like I mentioned, quintessentially 1970s, like the goofy colors, and just like each teams have their own colors, I think, but then I think may even vary between the teams. Within the teams, they vary a little bit. I gave it an 8 just because I just love it. I think it's just goofy. I mean, there's some. I gave it not a 10 because there's something to be desired. Like it could be a little more improved in certain ways, whatever. But overall, I just think it's like so goofy and love it that way. So
I never liked the colors, the pastel colors. It looked like Easter egg hunting or something. So as a kid, I never liked this set because of the colors, but as I've gotten older, I appreciate it for the time period. Yeah. So I just think this is going to be one of those sets where it's like it's polarizing. There's going to be people who hate it and people who love it. Yeah. But it really stands out because of the border pattern. Right. And I don't know if they've ever gone back to that, where there's 2 border colors. Right. For each card. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, obviously they've done like the replica ones later, like the heritage, I should say, for the recent ones. But I don't think they've done it since then. Yeah. So anyhow, so I'll give it an 8 on that. And then fun, 10 for sure. It's just again goofy and like just fun to collect because there's just so many really good cards in it, I think. And the combination of that and just I think it's a 10. I mean, I would give it a 10 also. I mean, if you think about just even like Nolan Ryan, he has what, 3-4 cards in here? I think at least, I think 4. Probably. So it's fun because there's multiple cards of some of the big Hall of Fame All-Star players. Right. They have the All-Star subset, and there's a bunch of subsets. Right. We haven't talked about that. Yeah. There's MVP subset, which I really loved as a kid because I love history and being able to see who the MVPs were each year.
Right.
Was educational. I don't know if are there other subsets?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I mean, because that was like that MVPs one kind of like was the right before the Kmart one that came a few years later, right? They had like all the MVPs. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's the leaders subset, and then I believe obviously the rookies subset comes a little later. Which is
there's all sorts of fun things in this set.
Yeah, so here's all the rookie ones.
Yeah, the rookies are packed with good players.
Yes.
If there's not Hall of Famers like Freddie Lynn, I think Scott McGregor, Rick Rhoden, there's a bunch of Dennis Leonard, really good
Manny
players.
Trio is pretty good, and so there's most of the rookie ones are pretty solid as far as anyways, so
they also have a card in here that has special meaning to me because he was a pinch runner, and I don't think he ever had an at bat.
Interesting.
So Herb Washington.
Okay.
If you go back.
Yeah. Which number is he?
I'm not sure what number he is. He's on the A's.
Okay.
People who collect the set will remember. He was just a pinch runner, and he got a card without an at bat.
Interesting.
So, I don't know if they've done that. That's a rarity, especially in today's game. They would never have that kind of thing.
And they also, I'm seeing here that they also have like the All-Star, like the rookie trophy cup. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. So overall, I think it's a fun set.
It's a great set.
So I think that in total, that's 20, 36, 44, 49 out of 60.
It's pretty high.
So pretty high. I don't know. I think yours was 50 for the.
It was either 49 or 50. It was right around there. But
so.
That makes sense because this is like the first set you've picked, and that's the first set I picked.
Anyhow, it's a fun set, and would love to hear from people and see what your set is, or your favorite set, or what how you think about this set itself. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Please like and comment.